Good evening, good evening, everyone. Yes, the post earlier said I was going to go live at 8, but it was generated to go ahead and post like that from yesterday. So, y'all can look for my post now between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. That is just expanded time frame. So, y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm definitely not going to be before y'all long. They have to be at work 30 minutes early in the morning. So it's not going to be long at all, but I'm going to get the word out to you. So y'all come on in. Y'all like. Y'all share and definitely like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Pray and Slay to the Kingdom with Nicole. So y'all can get the notifications from there also. So y'all come on in. The message for tonight is it gets greater later. It gets greater later. Because y'all, honestly, today was, I ain't gonna say it was a bad day, but y'all know y'all just had one of them days you really don't know how to feel on certain things. And especially this time of the year around the holidays and getting ready to go into a new year. You just kind of look back over the year, and this year it was extremely difficult to not get discouraged or to not feel sad about the experiences over this year. I'm grateful to live through it from January to December, but we done lost so many people along the way. You know, it's no way of looking over that. No way at all of looking over that. People have gone through a lot of different trials and tribulations, some spoken, some unspoken. So I know a lot of us is ready to throw 2020 away and ready for the new blessings and the new year to come on in and see what it holds. So, but honestly, I contemplated about doing this live today. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I really, really did. Because my spirit was just, it was just kind of down today. Just overlooking the year, it just really got my spirit down. Because, like I say, it's so much death and destruction. I'm like, Lord, you know, I hope 2021 is better than 2020 on that note. Because we losing folks too frequently to even grieve correctly. You know, as soon as we lose somebody, maybe even a week later, it's somebody else. And I'm like, Lord, I know that it's nothing but revelation revealing itself, but prepare us. Because it's just too much going on in a short period of time. And the best thing that we can do for each other is just pray for each other and not talk about each other. Because talking about each other, you speaking on the business that you don't even know. You're speaking on the business that don't even pay you, basically. You're basically speaking on something you have no idea of. I stroll on Facebook, I see a lot of, different posts asking for prayers and stuff like that. I may put the praying hands, or I may say a silent prayer. And that's that. I don't never ask, what's going on unless it's like a close family or friend. Because that's one thing you don't do. You don't ask somebody what's going on in the midst of their situation. Just pray for them and be sincere about it if you're going to do it and let it be. It gets greater later. It really gets greater later. We go through things and sometimes we can't see that it gets greater later. We stuck in what's going on and how we going to deal with it right now. Sometimes you just have to pray your way through it. And I know sometimes it seems like your prayers don't get through, they don't leave the rooftops. But that's when you just pray anyway. Because at the end of the day, God hear you. He hear everything that you're saying. He know your innermost workings and thoughts. So, like today, I really just had to open up and pray. Because I'm like, Lord, it's just so much going on within the world, not personal, but within the world, period. It's really hard not to get depressed about it. I hate to see people go through things and it's not, much you can do about it other than just pray that everything gets better. But, some people are not as receiving of, generalized prayers and all of that. And it's okay to be frustrated going through what you're going through. It is totally a natural feeling to be frustrated, but it gets greater later. God takes us through things to prepare us for a big blessing. And it may not seem like it. True enough, it may not. But he knows what he got planned for us. He totally understands what he got planned for us. It don't make sense to us. It really don't make sense to us, because when I lost my grandfather back in April. And to be honest, it feel like I just been lost in a way. You know, I can't find that balance like I used to have, just knowing that he was here, knowing that I can just pick up the phone and call when I'm going through something, or, you know, just to hear his voice. I don't have that no more. And a lot of y'all on here that's watching or catching it on the replay know what I'm talking about. Y'all done lost some loved ones that's been very, very dear to you. Very dear to you. And it's just hard to deal with. It's hard to go into the new year knowing that you have to leave that person in 2020. You don't have to leave the memories. You don't have to leave the, you know, the things that y'all went through or things y'all experienced together. But you have to leave that person in 2020. You can't physically take them into 2021. That's a hard thing to deal with. It is a hard thing to handle, period. You know, it's no way around that. You can't bring them back to physically to the new year. You can't do it. You just have to spiritually know they're walking with you. And sometimes that just don't work. Because today I really just cried. You know, when you think you done dealt with some things, or you think you grieving, or when you think you okay enough to, you know, like, okay, I can do this, I can try this. It's hard. You be strong for so long, but those nights by yourself or those moments alone, that's the time that your mind go to reminiscing and you just break down and cry. You just really just break down and cry. Or some days you don't want to be bothered. Or some days you just stuck. You know how you stare at something, you just stuck. Excuse me. But your mind is just on go. You just thinking. Over the last couple of days, I just could not stay focused whatsoever. At work, I was doing my work productively and all, but I was just not focused. My mind wasn't there. Body wise, I was physically doing what I had to do, but mentally, my mind was somewhere else. My mind was on the new year. My mind was on, you know, family members I lost along the way, friends that I know that's going through stuff. You know, it's just hard for everybody. Everybody going through something. It may not be detrimental. It may be financially. It may be, you know, whatever. Everybody's going through something. But I'm here to tell you, and I'm here to encourage you. I had to encourage myself that it gets greater later. It really, really do. Oh, it's folks joining in. This is why I'm looking crazy, y'all. Hey, y'all. Let's see who's all on here. I don't want to be rude and not speak. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Octavia. Hey, Pat. Hey, Miss Sharonda. I miss my husband every day. I was trying to break down every night. At night, and this get rough. Wake up. That's so cool. And Pat, baby, I know. You know me, you go way back to high school, so I know. I can only imagine that feeling. I can only imagine. I can't personally say I know, but I can only imagine. And honey, my heart goes out to you and those kids. I say a silent prayer for you every night. I really do. Because you need it. You need every prayer that you can get to just stay strong for yourself and let alone your kids. So, honey, I'm definitely here for you. Like always. My inbox is always open, and my phone number, I think you got the up-to-date one. But yeah, it's still the same. So I'm definitely here if you just need a word of encouragement, you just need somebody to talk to, you know how to get in touch with me. So y'all, sometimes we have to detox ourselves from the world. We have to detox ourselves from people, places, situations, all of that, to get in touch with what God wants us to, to get in touch with our purpose, to really see what's the gift that God placed inside of us. Who else got on here? Oh, hey, Ajane. How you and that beautiful baby of yours doing, girl? But we have to detox ourselves from the world. And it's not called acting funny. It's not called being better than anybody else. When you want better, you have to do better. And people that's hungry for better, they do exceedingly and abundantly all the time. They do totally above and beyond what you expect them to do. And they do it on a constant basis. Because they're hungry for something else. They're hungry to be better. They're hungry to want more out of life itself. Because life is what you make it. So if you putting your all into something consistently, that's where your energy flows. That's exactly where your energy flows. So if you putting positive energy into something that you love to do, then by all means continue to do it. Like I say in all my videos, I never would have dreamed I'd be actually sitting here in front of a camera, in front of live people, talking, getting the word out, just expressing some day-to-day life things. I never would have dreamed I'd be doing this. Because, baby, growing up, doing, like, church speeches and all that, baby, I'll be the one to drop the mic and leave you sitting there speechless. Like, by the time you look up, try to figure out where I'm at, baby, I'm sitting back down by my snack bag and seeing what the pastor got to preach and worried about what we going to eat after church. I did not do all that growing up. Oh, no, baby. You would never catch me in front of a crowd, especially in college doing public speaking. Oh, baby. I hated it. But I aced the class, but I hated doing the work. I hated being in front of people. Because I didn't like the attention. All eyes on me. I did not like the attention at all. But now, it's okay. It's totally fine. Because I know what I'm talking about. I'm consistent on what I'm talking about. I ain't just up here rambling on. And I get the message out and I get on off here. That's it. That's all you got to do. That is it. And my mentor that actually pushed me to start doing this, I love the lady to death. We have a connection like no other. I don't know if she on here though. Probably not yet. But Miss Latoya O'Keel, when you do watch this on the replay, honey, I do thank you. I really, really do thank you for bringing me out my shell and just allowing me to refine myself and express myself. The new me. The new me. You actually helped me to spread my wings like the eagle that I am and just take off. Just take completely off. And sometimes y'all forget these folks. Forget what these folks saying about you. Forget what these folks is, you know how folks do when you first start doing something. Oh, why she doing that? Why she doing this? They just remember you from where they met you at. They don't know the plans that you have for yourself. They don't understand why you act a certain way, why you do certain things, why you don't go certain places no more. Because you want better. When you want better, you have to change your whole surrounding. You have to change your whole life. Certain aspects of your life to really get where you want to be. And people don't understand that. They just think you acting stuck up and this, that, and the third because they just used to you being where you once was. And some people can't see past it. But I'm here to tell you, honey, forget these folks. Live in your purpose. Do what makes you happy. And just live life like no other. Keep God first, and the rest is history. Long as God is the head of your life, He will make everything fall in line. As long as you stay consistent and pray to Him. I'm a living witness. He will do it for you. If He can bring you to it, He can bring you through it. And we all done been through some things. Some greater than others. Some stories and situations I done heard of, or the witness my friends and family members go through. I'm like, I know. Then my faith wasn't as strong as it is now. I couldn't have went through that. But God, He gives His battles to the strongest soldiers. He know what each of us can obtain and hold. He know just how to get us to our breaking point. Right when we want to throw in the towel, that's when He step in and say, keep fighting a little bit longer, and I got you. You ain't got to bargain with God. You don't have to do none of that. Just keep fighting. Put on your full armor of God every day, like your uniform to go to work, or just like your clothes to start your day. Because the devil is already up, waiting, and willing to mow you down as soon as you get out the bed. Honestly, he is waiting, honey. And if you don't step out that bed correctly, you done messed up. You done messed up. If you don't put God in your life, soon as your eyes open and look at the top of the ceiling, aside the wall, depending on how you wake up, baby, you done messed up. If you don't wake up and say, thank you, Lord, for another day at least, the devil, he got full range of it. Because when you wake up and put God first, he going to step in front of you. Or he going to dispatch an angel down to stand in front of you, to block out all that Satan has planned for that day, or for that second, or for that moment. And if you constantly, throughout the day doing godly things, staying of God, baby, he gonna take care of you. He gonna take care of you. If you take care of him, he gonna take care of you. And that's law. That's biblically law. That is biblically law. You take care of God, God gonna take care of you. Period. Period, honey. One thing about that man up there, you ain't got to bargain with him. Whatever you tell him is confidential. You can pray to him about the smallest of things or the biggest of things. And at the end of the day, it ain't going no further than between you and him and the four walls or wherever you may be. That's it. You ain't got to worry about it being on Facebook and the slick shot post or nothing like that. You ain't got to worry about a running mouth. You ain't got to worry about it getting back to you some kind of way. None of that. With God, all things are possible. He can do the impossible within a few minutes, within a few seconds. But what we get caught up on, well, Lord, I prayed to you about this, so where my blessing? Baby, God is laughing at you. Because if you don't put in the work and have the faith for what you're praying for, he hear you, but he ain't going to act on your behalf just because it's you. He got millions of children all over this world. And he knows every strand on each one of our heads. You have to stay consistent. You have to be faithful unto God. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. And no, I'm not a minister. No, I'm just a regular person, just like everybody else. But God, honestly, when I got on here, it's like my whole demeanor changed, my whole spirit changed. Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was just feeling some type of way all day. It wasn't nothing wrong. I wasn't mad. I wasn't upset. I wasn't sick or nothing. I was just mildly depressed. I don't know how to put a word on it, but I was just feeling some type of way. Just one of them days, like Monica say, just one of them days, honey. And I prayed about it. I'm like, Lord, well, I just don't know. When you had that personal relationship with God, you can just talk to him. Lord, I don't know what's going on, but I know that you can help me through it. You brought me to it, help me through it. I know. Who else on here? Hey, Mr. Kendrick. Hey, Miss Monica. But y'all, I'm not gonna stay up here long at all. But I just had to at least drop that in y'all spirit that it do get greater later. No matter how things looking, no matter how things may have went throughout the year, it does get greater later. And a lot of people say, well, when is later? How far is later? How far down the line is later? That's a question that nobody know the answer to. Nobody know the answer to that but God. So that means you have to get in touch with your spiritual self. And you and God have to come as one and figure it out. And that's the question. I honestly can't answer for myself because I used to ask the same thing. Well, when is later? You know, I'm constantly going through this situation. I'm constantly dealing with this person. When does it get better? As long as we praying, as long as we stand before God, just stay faithful. Continue to walk. Even when things are hard, even when you don't feel like it, even it be some day you don't even feel like praying. That's how real things get. You don't even feel like praying. I'm like, and I honestly can vouch for that. You be going through things or you be dealing with certain situations, I be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna pray today. You know. But that wasn't nothing but the devil. That wasn't nothing but the devil. And when things get to that point where you can't pray, it's either one or two things. You either gonna let that situation go or it's gonna take you out of here. Period. It's either gonna hinder you or you gonna let it hinder you. And us as men and women of God, I believe we know what to do, but sometimes we don't want to upset nobody. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Forget these folks. They ain't worried about you when they hurting your feelings or when they saying certain things to get under your skin and make you react a certain type of way. Forget them folks. Continue to walk in your purpose. Continue to walk in your gift, and just manifest in it. You're gonna pray, slay, serve, and repeat. Pray, slay, serve, and repeat. So y'all, I think I covered every point that I wanted to tonight. I think I did. So y'all definitely tune in for tomorrow's live. I'm gonna try to do it between 8 and 10, but I think we get off early tomorrow. So if you see a pop-up live, it's okay. Y'all can catch it on the replay. Cause I'm not real sure what time I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but y'all can catch it on the replay. It's okay. So the topic for tomorrow is accept, manifest, and dominate in your purpose and gifts. Accept. First, you gotta accept your purpose. You gotta accept the gift that God gave you. You gotta manifest in it. You just got to live and walk in it daily, and you're gonna dominate with it. Just blow it up. Put your name out there. Put your brand or whatever, however you want to do it out there. Like no other. No other could do it like you. But I ain't gonna preach on it right now. That's for tomorrow's. That's tomorrow. So y'all definitely tune in tomorrow to get the rest of the scoop on it. So I thank y'all for listening. I thank y'all for listening. And I love each and every one of y'all dearly. All my little kingdom babies. And I will be posting the nightly prayer after this live. So, with that being said, I will post the nightly prayer after the live. I don't think I've done it yet. So, y'all definitely tune in tomorrow. I love each and every one of y'all dearly. This has been your host, Jasmine Nicole, and I thank you for tuning in to Pray and Slay to the Kingdom with Nicole. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful night, and happy holidays to each one of y'all. Well, happy New Year, rather, because Christmas is over. But happy New Year to each one of y'all. So I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.